Dead Space opening is fantastic. It's quick to introduce you to the horrors of the world and remind you that you are stuck here with the unknown. Hello and welcome. Today I will be talking about the opening of Dead Space 1, the 2008 one. By opening, I typically mean the first mission in a game, or at the very least the first 30 minutes. This will be spoiler free for the most part, minus the first mission, and we'll only be talking about the beginning part of the game and why I loved it. If for some reason you haven't played the game, I recommend giving it a shot for yourself first, as to not ruin too much of the game for you. Got it? Let's move on then. So I just replayed Dead Space 1 after about 10 years, and I gotta say, it's as good as I remember. I loved almost every part of the game, and it's no wonder it's a horror game classic. The devs really knew how to create suspense, and the story was a joy to uncover. Sure, some things won't be explained until Dead Space 2, but for the confines of it being the first game, it does a fantastic job in setting up for future entries. Dead Space is a type of horror that I find terrifying. Being stuck in a set location with an unknown creature in space. Media focusing on those aspects has been some of the scariest things to watch or play. I'm looking at you, Alien franchise. To give you a quick idea of what's going on here, you play as Isaac Clarke, a man on a mission to find his girlfriend who was working on a ship called the Ishimura. What is the Ishimura? I'll let the game explain that.
Welcome, CEC employee, to the USG Ishimura.
You didn't lose
The
power to the port
Ishimura was
booster.
the first
You lost the port
Planet
booster.
Cracker-class vessel and is now the
Unbelievable.
oldest serving, with 62 years of continuous service. It holds the record for highest number of planet cracks, with 34 to date, and highest dead weight of refined product at 14 trillion kilotons and counting. Whether you'll be joining us aboard the Ishimura or strengthening the
Just the
extraction
power's down
workforce
everywhere.
on the colony, the
Isaac,
captain and
get over
crew
here and
would
hack
like
the door
to
pad.
welcome you, and we hope your stay is a pleasant one. Concordance Extraction Company, powering humanity into the future.
So you board a planet-cracking ship, but find there's no one to greet you. How strange. You continue forward only for this to greet you.
Air seems to be flowing again. That's a start.
What the hell was that?
Automatic quarantine must have tripped when the filtration system restarted. Everybody relax.
What was that? Did you hear that?
Not sure. The hell?
I don't know. Something's in the room with us.
Jesus! Open fire! Open fire! Kendra, power! Kendra!
Come on. Come on. Got it!
Isaac, get the hell out of there!
The door's unlocked! Run!
Yeah, not great. Right away we are introduced to many things. An empty ship, a mining job, and something that has been on the ship long before you arrive. It's now your job to fight for your life while working with your crewmates to find a way off. After escaping, we enter a room with a weapon sitting on the table with the words, "Cut off their limbs," written on the wall. The game does something I rarely see done well in other games. It forces you to really learn a new mechanic to be able to survive the Ishimura. By that I mean learning how to kill these enemies. No matter the game, we have learned that aiming for the head will be optimal because it does more damage, or in some games, lead to a one-shot kill. But this game decided to do something different. You see, aiming for the head is actually the worst thing to do. You have to aim for the limbs. First time experiencing that was interesting, and I was glad to see something different done in a horror game. After acquiring our weapon, we move forward and clear a few rooms of these things that we will later learn are called necromorphs. Through an audio log, we learn something vital about them that I mentioned earlier.
This is Benson, Tram Engineering. We think we figured it out. Smith killed one. Listen, forget about shooting him in the body. You gotta cut off the limbs. Grab a cutter, anything like that. Cut him apart.
Something I didn't notice at first was a weapon we use. It's not technically a weapon, it's a mining tool, which makes a lot of sense on why Isaac is able to use it so well and why there's so much ammo for it on board the ship. I think there's only about one or two actual weapons in the game, while everything else is tools for mining jobs. As we continue, we get a call that tells us this.
What the hell is happening down there? What happened to the shuttle?
That was our ride home. It's the only way off the ship.
Kendra,
No, Hammond! This changes everything!
just let me think. Can you access the command computer?
It's no good. There's an executive lockdown of all primary systems. Without the captain's authorization, I can't access them.
Well, where's the captain?
Here he is. Captain Benjamin Mathias. Location? Med lab. Status? Deceased.
What? How?
I can't access that information. Find the captain and you'll find his rig. With his authorization codes, I can crack this computer wide open.
Damn.
Of course he's dead. Thus begins our next objective. Shame we just had to be the new arrivals, huh? First chapter of any game has a lot of heavy lifting to engage the new player. Lucky for us, Dead Space opening is perfect at it. What are these things? Where do they come from? Is Isaac's girlfriend alive? We want to keep pushing forward to find out. Push past our fears to find the answers. That's just one of many reasons why I love the opening of Dead Space. Thank you for watching. Next up, Dead Space 2. If there's any game you'd like for me to cover and talk about, let me know. I plan to make this an ongoing series where I revisit old and even new games and talk about them. But for now, goodbye and have a wonderful day.